In Chinese, China is called the Middle Kingdom, a name that speaks to the pride and honor many Chinese feel for their country. The Chinese people is an old one, and built a numerous tradition in the realms of culture and art, traditions which the Chinese still very much care for. These traditions and art forms might play a part in shaping the Chinese self-image. We traveled to China to research what role art has in the Chinese society, and how it can influence the national feeling. In Denmark, as well as in big parts of the Western world, contemporary art and politics go hand in hand. We're used to the underlying message of a work of art exposing societal as well as political problems. Therefore, we were interested in finding out how this concept can exist in China, where nationalism thrives, and being critical of the regime is, to put it mildly, frowned upon. The output of art in China is heavily censored, and artists are not ensured complete freedom of speech. This might help to explain why so very few Chinese artists were willing to talk to us about this. Nevertheless, critical artists like Ai Weiwei have gained huge international attention by being openly critical of the government. Could there be more like him, willing to take a stance but afraid of the censorship and potential punishment for being critical?
我觉得艺术最重要的是要传承一个国家的文化，然后继承一些民族的意志，然后还有娱乐大众。
艺术中有些艺术中可以让人们，更好的激励自己努力，然后培养爱国精神。
部分的艺术可以是传承文化，一部分的艺术可以是表达人的感情。我觉得是这样。我认为是的，因为文化是一种表达，是用艺术来表达的，所以说通过艺术可以铭记一段时间的文化。
我觉得最重要的是，传承历史是其中的一部分，但是优美就是给大家一种美的享受，然后让我们的人生变得更丰富、更完美，可以说更有质感。我觉得这是最重要的。我比较喜欢中国传统艺术的那种意境和那种深邃感。现代艺术的话，它相对来说，它更直接的诉诸于我们的这个视觉的直观感受。但是传统艺术它可能会有更多的就是深层次的诉诸于我们心灵的某些东西。这两者我觉得都很需要吧，就是说，需要有一种传统的一种继承的东西，但是我认为更需要一种注入新的血液，让它往前发展。就是一种新的东西需要。从我个人的角度来说，我觉得，批判是它的其中的一项功能之一。但是最重要的是，我更希望是艺术能够创造出更多的就是唤醒人们那种美好的事物或者美好的心理，就是展现一种更为积极向上的力量的一种东西。
Chinese art just haven't traditionally been about provoking or about criticizing the government. Art has throughout history primarily been valued for its aesthetics and not for its message. So when we as Westerners study the Chinese painting and see a bold, controversial criticism of the Communist Party, we might be overanalyzing. Critical art and political art are, of course, divisive in nature, and the Chinese might find it more important to unify the people under a common traditions and a shared national identity. Or is it in fact the role of the art to challenge this national identity and ask for change?